If you own a PlayStation Portal, you might not realize how many amazing PlayStation 5 exclusives you have access to without even needing a PlayStation 5 console. But not all PlayStation 5 exclusives are created equal. Some are masterpieces like Ghost of Tsushima, while others like Concord, not so much. Today I'm breaking down the must-play PlayStation 5 exclusives that are amazing to play on the PlayStation Portal via cloud streaming. And trust me, you do not want to miss number one on this list, as it is one of the best cloud gaming experiences I've ever had. Let's dive in. Starting off the list is Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, which bundles two of the best action-adventure games ever made, Uncharted 4 A Thief's End and Uncharted The Lost Legacy. If you love cinematic, story-driven games that make you feel like you're playing through an action movie, Uncharted is for you. And if, like me, you grew up playing the Tomb Raider games, you definitely want to check these out. These games follow Nathan Drake and Chloe Fraser as they hunt for lost treasures while dodging mercenaries, solving ancient puzzles, and surviving intense action set pieces. And on PlayStation Portal, these moments hit even harder as the visuals are super crisp, the pacing is tight, and the gameplay holds up incredibly well over cloud streaming. The gorgeous open landscapes and fluid third-person shooting feel amazing on the Portal's display. If you love adventure games, this one is a must-play. Next up, we have Spider-Man Miles Morales, one of the best superhero games ever made in my opinion, and I know you all won't agree with me, but this is probably my favourite out of the Spider-Man trilogy. Now, I know it might be a bit of a shorter experience than Spider-Man Remastered or Spider-Man 2, but it packs in so much heart and action into every minute. And because it is shorter, you can actually play through this in a weekend or two and have a great time. You do not need 100 hours set aside to play this game. You play as Miles, who is a young Spider-Man stepping into his own as he protects New York from a new threat. Swinging through the city feels incredible, and the fast-paced combat makes every encounter super exciting. Plus, with the added Venom abilities, Miles has a unique fighting style that separates him from Peter Parker. Peter leaves you to it on this one. Definitely check this game out. It is top notch. I absolutely love it. The fluid traversal and action hold up beautifully on cloud streaming, and the snowy, ray-traced New York City looks insane on the PlayStation Portal's beautiful 1080p 8-inch LCD screen. I know we all still say I wish it was an OLED, but people, this is the best LCD panel I think I've ever seen on a handheld device. You could probably mistake it for OLED, it is that freaking good. Anyways, but if you're craving a more grounded, sword-wielding adventure, our next game delivers just that. And that game is Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, which is an open world samurai epic that is easily one of PlayStation's best exclusives. This game puts you in the shoes of Jin Sakai, a warrior torn between following the traditional ways of the samurai or embracing the stealthy tactics of the ghost to save his homeland from the Mongol invasion. With stunning landscapes, intense sword fights, and an emotional story, this game is a must-play for anyone who loves feudal Japan and cinematic storytelling. If you love anything to do with Japan, like I do, definitely get this one on your playlist. You will not regret it, people. Now, why would you play this on your Portal? Well, apart from it being an amazing game, the swordplay feels shockingly smooth on this for cloud streaming, and the open world visuals look incredible on the Portal's screen. And if you're impressed by this open world experience, the next game offers a dimension hopping experience you will not want to miss. Next up is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which was for me truly one of the first next gen games on the PS5, which really showed off the power of the system and how good some of these games can look. This is why it is one of the most visually stunning and fun action platformers you can play. The game is filled with wild weapons, fast-paced combat, and instant dimension hopping that showcases the PlayStation 5's super fast SSD, because apparently this wouldn't be possible without it. Even though I do remember vaguely when this launched on PC, there was something about it could run without an SSD. It ran on mechanical hard drives as the minimum spec. I don't know, but anyways, Mark Cerny said that when they launched it, this would only be possible on PS5, not on PS4, and now you can play it on the PS Portal without a PS5. Great success. You play as Ratchet and Rivet, jumping between worlds in an effort to stop the evil Emperor, Nefarious. The levels are packed with detail and the gameplay is seriously non-stop fun. And if you're new to PlayStation and you've picked up a Portal and you've only got cloud streaming, you don't have a PS5 console, and you've never played a Ratchet and Clank game before, this is a perfect introduction to the franchise. It will just blow your mind. The vibrant visuals and chaotic battles look stunning on the Portal screen. The gameplay holds up perfectly over cloud streaming, and all the crazy weapons pack an extra punch thanks to the Dualsense controller abilities on the Portal, like the adaptive triggers and the haptic feedback. It literally is a blast. My next pick is Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, a stunning reimagining of one of the most beloved RPGs of all time, which if you have watched any of my previous videos or any of my kind of retro videos, you will know I have massive regret of not playing Final Fantasy VII back in the day when it launched on PS1. One of my mates at the time got it. I remember the big thick case with, I think it was 3 CDs. And I just wasn't interested. I was just all about my arcade games. Didn't have any time for any of this RPG, Final Fantasy stuff. And now I really regret it because I bet you it would hit me in the feels even more if I played this back in the day. But enough about me. What about Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade? Well, this game takes the classic story of Cloud, Tifa, Aerith and Barret and modernises it with action-packed real-time content and an incredible visual upgrade. The graphics in this are top-notch. This is probably how people who played Final Fantasy VII as a kid remember it in their mind playing this now, so it looks that good. Unlike the original turn-based combat system, this remake introduces an exciting kind of hybrid battle system, blending real-time action with strategic command-based gameplay. The character-driven storytelling and cinematic cutscenes pull you deeper into the world, making every moment feel epic. The Intergrade version also includes episode Intermission, a side story featuring Yuffie, giving even more content to explore. So why is this perfect for the PlayStation Portal? Well, the cinematic battles, stunning visuals, and engaging combat hold up beautifully on cloud streaming, plus the slower RPG mechanics mean input lag isn't a major issue. This is the perfect game to sink hours into on the Portal. Now, this next game on the list is probably no surprise to anyone as it is massive, it's a PlayStation exclusive, it won a ton of awards, and it even has a TV show now. Next up is The Last of Us Part 1, a brilliantly crafted remake of the original classic. Now, to show you how good this game is, it was originally launched on the PS3, then the PS4 had a remake, and now we've got a PS5 remake. That's like almost GTA 5 levels of longevity. It's kind of wild. So this game tells the emotional story of Joel and Ellie as they navigate a post-apocalyptic world filled with danger, both from the infected and other survivors. Goddamn humans, why can't we all just help each other out? Anyways, this remake enhances everything from the original, bringing next-gen visuals, improved AI, and more immersive gameplay, making the most of your PlayStation Portal. The game's slower pace, tense action, and intense combat make it an ideal fit for cloud streaming, as you can truly appreciate the emotional weight of each moment. The refined facial animations and environmental details make this one of the most visually impressive games you can play on the PlayStation Portal. And since The Last of Us is more about careful exploration and emotional depth rather than fast-paced action, it translates beautifully to the handheld experience on the PlayStation Portal. If you haven't played this masterpiece yet, this is one brilliant way to experience one of the greatest stories in gaming history. Now, before I reveal our top pick, we have an honourable mention here. Let's talk about Death Stranding Director's Cut. Yes, originally a PlayStation 5 exclusive, this game has recently jumped ship to Xbox, but if you haven't played it yet, it's still one of the best experiences on the PlayStation Portal. developed by the absolute legend and one of my all-time faves, Hideo Kojima of Metal Gear Solid fame, one of the best games ever. If you've not played Metal Gear Solid as well, we need them on the cloud streaming beta next. Please, PlayStation, if you agree, let me know in the comments. Death Stranding, to no one's surprise, because it is Hideo Kojima, is one of a kind experience that blends exploration, storytelling, and social connectivity in a way no other game does. Seriously, I have never played a game like Death Stranding, and I probably never will again until the sequel arrives. You play as Sam Porter Bridges, who is tasked with reconnecting a fractured America while battling supernatural enemies, brutal terrain, and even loneliness itself. After all, we are our own worst enemies, aren't we now? The director's cut enhances the game with new missions, improved mechanics, and additional tools to make traversal even smoother. And fun fact, you used to be able to drink cans of Monster Energy. Not anymore. You can't do that in director's cut. They're now not cans of Monster Energy. Keep an eye out for that. Let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. The slow-paced nature of exploration and delivery-based gameplay means input lag is not an issue at all, making it an ideal experience for cloud gaming on the PlayStation Portal. Plus, the stunning landscapes look incredible on the Portal screen, which just absolutely pops. Now, just a little bit of advice from someone who has played this game. If you are going to check this out, which I advise you do, it is fantastic. Do not bail out too early. When you first start playing this game, you might be like, what the heck is this? It's so different, seriously. There was all the memes about this game. Basically, you were like an Amazon delivery person. That's kind of what you were playing as. But seriously, stick with this game. It is worth it. Do not bail out too early. And then the beauty of this game will start becoming clearer to you. Trust me. Now let's talk about our number one spot. God of War Ragnarok is an absolute masterpiece, and for real, probably one of the greatest PlayStation 5 games or even PlayStation games ever made. Picking up after the events of God of War, that was the first, well, not the first, there was a whole trilogy before that, but God of War 2018 on the PS4. If you've not played that, and you have a PlayStation 5 and you're watching this, it's well worth playing this game beforehand because the story is a continuation. If not, just jump in anyway. This game just kicks ass. You will love it. So this epic sequel follows Kratos and Atreus as they prepare for the inevitable arrival of Ragnarok, aka the end of the world. The story is deeply emotional, focusing on fatherhood, destiny, and the struggle between fate and free will. The combat is brutal, weighty, and incredibly fun, with Kratos wielding both the Leviathan axe and blades of chaos in a way that feels even more badass than ever. The world is more expansive, featuring realms that are larger and more detailed than in the previous game, with absolutely breathtaking set pieces, legendary boss battles, and some of the best voice acting in gaming history. I do believe they won an award for that. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is an experience that every PlayStation fan needs to have. Why is this perfect for the Portal? Well, despite its heavy action combat, God of War Ragnarok still plays beautifully over cloud streaming. Remember, all of these games you still need to have a good connection. If you have a good connection, it will play beautifully. The nature of the battles mean input lag isn't really an issue, making it one of the best high-end gaming experiences available on the PlayStation Portal. And I know we spoke about the amazing voice acting there, but the whole sound design in this game is absolutely fantastic. So make sure you have a good pair of headphones on when you're playing this game on your PlayStation Portal. I think these games prove that the PlayStation Portal cloud streaming is way better than most people think, and we're still only in the beta phase. Now the big question is, which PlayStation 5 exclusives would you love to see added to the PlayStation Portal cloud streaming next? And if you're looking for some underrated gems to play on your PlayStation Portal right now, check out this next video on screen now.